Hello, my name is Cody and this is my Spring 2025 Design of Electromechanical Systems demonstration project. The focus of this project is magnetorheological fluid, also known as MR fluid, and how its behavior is applicable to engineering applications, specifically in vehicle suspension systems. In this presentation, I'm first going to explain what the MR fluid is, how it works in suspension systems, and then I'm going to demonstrate some of its properties using ferrofluid. MR fluid is a type of smart fluid that changes its viscosity when exposed to a magnetic field. It consists of tiny magnetic particles, usually iron-based, suspended in a carrier fluid like oil. Without a magnetic field, the fluid behaves like a normal liquid, but when a magnetic field is applied, the particles align, as shown in this image, increasing the fluid's resistance to flow as well as its viscosity. This makes it behave much more like a semi-solid. This property makes MR fluid perfect for applications where we need variable resistance, such as in dynamic suspension systems. In modern adaptive suspension systems, MR fluid is used inside the dampers or shock absorbers. These systems have an electromagnetic inside that can adjust the strength of the magnetic field in real time. When the vehicle encounters a bump, the system can instantly change the viscosity of the fluid, allowing for a smoother or firmer ride depending on the driving conditions. Essentially, by controlling the magnetic field, we can control how the fluid within the damper flows and thus how stiff or soft the suspension feels. This is used in high-end cars, sports cars, or even military vehicles. And the magnets that do the controlling of the magnetic field are electromagnets like this that are adjusted thousands of times per second. The key physical characteristics important for MR fluid to work effectively are fast response time, durability, temperature stability, and the particle dispersion within the fluid. Since MR fluid is tricky to work with outside of specialized equipment, I'm going to be demonstrating the concept using ferrofluid, which behaves similarly but is easier to visualize. The key difference being that MR fluid uses larger particles which create a bigger structure when magnetized within the suspension systems. In this petri dish, I put some of the ferrofluid that we'll be working with today. And using a permanent magnet like this one, when I bring the permanent magnet close, you can see the liquid starting to form spikes. This happens because the magnetic particles inside the fluid align with the magnetic field, similar how to the MR fluid will stiffen in a suspension system. As I change the distance of the magnet underneath, bring it farther away, closer, you're effectively simulating different magnetic field strengths, just like an adaptive suspension will, adjusting to different road conditions. So here the magnet's close. As I pull it away, you lose all strength. Bring it back, the magnetic field is pretty strong again. Now this behavior can also be achieved with electromagnets, and in this demonstration I have a small electromagnet using a 9-volt battery, and we will put the petri dish of the ferrofluid on top of this magnet, and when I connect the battery to the positive terminal, you'll see a small magnetic field being induced. If you see it right here, I'll bring it up to the camera, you can see that the electromagnet does in fact create a field, and as you pull it away from the camera or from the petri dish, it will weaken and then go away completely. And in a real dynamic suspension system, this electric charge will be changing thousands of times per second to adjust for the road conditions the vehicle is experiencing. So to recap, MR fluid is a smart material that can change viscosity under a magnetic field. This makes it a perfect solution for adaptive suspension systems, allowing for real-time adjustments to improve the comfort and handling of a vehicle. Our ferrofluid demo helped visualize how these magnetic properties work in action. Thank you for watching this presentation today. I hope you learned something new. And just remember, next time you're in a car with this type of suspension system, that the behavior you experience when driving is all thanks to some really cool physics. Thanks for watching, and go Pack!